The teams for Easter Thursday's clash has been announced. There's one surprise change for Collingwood. Let's talk about it. Before we do get into this team talk, there is a little bit of housekeeping. Guys, I've still got merch available. It's the best way to support my channel. There's also a mini Jamie Elliott documentary. I'm going to start doing long-form content like this or mini long-form content like this. Got another one coming out next week. That's one of my favorites. I've got a Brisbane one coming out soon as well. So you'll probably be getting those once every couple of weeks, once every 2 weeks, maybe once a week. Who really knows at the moment? But I'm also developing a really cool podcast series in a studio. More details about that will be soon because I will need your help to make this work. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Just me giving back to you guys, and I cannot wait for this to take off. But let's talk about the team. So we'll start with the Lions. They practically go in with an unchanged lineup. They make two changes. One forced change with Bruce Reville. He had a hamstring strain at training, so he comes out of the team. And Will McLaughlin, who was their sub, who's an emerging forward, comes out of the team as well. They debut Sam Marshall, 19-year-old. They picked him up with pick 25 in last year's draft. He's a hybrid midfielder, so expect someone that's just going to run their absolute guts off. He's part of the Brisbane Academy, and they bring in James Tunstall as well, who has played for Brisbane for the last couple of years, and he's another midfielder. So not big changes, but they do give a debut to a new kid. I expect that kid to be the sub, but this lineup is a premiership winning lineup, right? We know what Brisbane can bring. We know that they have got more strings to their bow this season. We know that they're the new comeback king. So that's something that's going to be absolutely interesting to see. You know, what can you say, right? This Brisbane Lions team were down by 39 points against the Western Bulldogs before coming back, and it ended up being like a 50, 60 point turnaround. So you saw the worst of the Lions last week. You saw the best of the Lions last week as well. It's what Lions team comes out against the Pies on Easter Thursday, and can we rectify the mistakes of the Western Bulldogs? If we do get up, can we stop them from coming back? Because, you know, Hipple kicked 5 goals in the second half after having only one disposal up until half-time. The Ashcroft brothers. So we get to see the Ashcroft dynasty and the Dacos dynasty go up against each other, which is just a huge battle in and of itself. We get, you know, Logan Morris kicked 4 goals. So it's going to be a really, really, really interesting battle on Easter Thursday. Looking at Collingwood's side, only one change. Jordan De Goey comes in. So we talked about in the preview, is he fit to play and is he fit to perform? It looked like he's both fit to play and fit to perform. So he got over that Achilles ankle sort of swelling up in 1 week, which was awesome. So, you know, there were rumors like, oh, they're saying 1 week, but it could be 2 or 3. So thankfully he gets up. But the surprising out is Tim Membry. Now he's been managed, which is fair enough, because he's an emergency. It's not like he's injured and they listed him as an emergency. He's been managed, 30 years old. He's played the first 5 games. It's a short turnaround. We've been traveling for 2 weeks, so I kind of understand that. When you look at the backline of like Payne, Lester, Andrews, Wilmot, these sort of guys, I would have loved to have seen the 3 talls go up against them and really have Brisbane on the back foot. So that's going to be a little interesting to see how that sort of pans out. But to not replace him with Charlie West would have been really cool to make his debut, or a Mason Cox. Just shows me, or just tells me, that they've got a lot of faith in our current forward line, that they will be able to do the job against Brisbane's Brisbane's back line. With Jordan De Goey, so he's been named on the bench. So we know that the sub gets named 60 minutes out from the bounce. It could be Jordan De Goey as a sub. I think it might be Ed Allen again. Ed Allen only came on for that last quarter. Do they give him a full game, or do they prefer Jordan De Goey to have a full game? I expect De Goey to play 3 quarters and then have another rest, kind of like what happened a couple of weeks ago. Even though that rest, they were saying that was managed and it was tactical, was actually because he had a flare-up in his ankle and Achilles. So that's going to be touch and go. They reckon he's 100%. So I don't see why he would start as the sub. So yeah, I still think it's Allen. It's obviously not going to be Ned Long. It won't be Pendlebury either. It won't be Quaynor. It'll be out of DeGoey or Allen. So I'm thinking it has to be Ed Allen as the sub. So just a short video because there's not really much to talk about because there's only been, one change for us and a couple of changes for the Lions. I do really like our not changing our team structure when we don't have to. This time last year we were changing players every single week. No one was getting a real run in the same position because of all those injuries, and we start 0-3 and we go on 1-3 when we play the Lions on this fixture this time last year. So there's a little bit more stability. Everyone's having a really good season. There are players that can jump up a little bit more. There are players that can do a little bit more, but I'm loving this lineup. There are a couple of players to come back, obviously. So keep an eye out for that. But with this team that we've named, we should be able to beat Brisbane. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you like these changes? What do you think about the sub? What do you think about memory being managed? All your thoughts down below. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next time, double checkers. I'll swoop you later.